Well, look at that good looking sucker. Dang, man. I wish I had your hair, buddy. I'd be a
I just grew it out, man. I'm going hip eye.
Well, dude, it looks good, man. You got that
Feeling
little,
good.
you got the little blonde highlight going through it. What's going on, man? How you doing?
All natural.
Hey, by the way, what state are you out of? Like, I know your stores
I'm
are
in Des
all over.
Moines. I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, cool. Is that like your home, like where you live and stuff?
Yeah, I live here. I actually am flying to Phoenix tonight.
Nice.
We're going to a meeting in Kauai tomorrow. So I have a house in northern Scottsdale.
Right. Okay, cool. So we're in Scottsdale, right?
I know you guys are like in Fountain Hills somewhere near there.
Yeah, we're in Fountain Hills. Yeah. So like, if you look out here, like out our window, like you can't see out here, but there's just mountains. It's just everywhere, like all the mountains. Like,
so are you right in Fountain Hills?
Yeah. So like right in Fountain Hills off Saguaro, it's just a 70,000 square feet cell center, massive glass, beautiful lions, fire breathing dragons. You can feel the energy from the road.
I like the fountain. So I live in Scottsdale, just west of Rio Verde.
Yeah.
So, I ride my mountain bike through the desert.
Yeah.
And I usually take the road around and I go up those big hills in Fountain Hills and I ride my bike through the desert back home.
So when are you coming? You said tomorrow?
No, actually I'm flying in tonight. I'm meeting my wife. I'm staying at my house there tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to Hawaii.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, you guys fly out to Hawaii and then you fly back to Phoenix, or you just go straight to Des Moines?
No, I'm going to go back to Phoenix for a day and then I'll come home. Yeah.
When do you come back from Hawaii?
In about a week, a little over a week.
I got an idea. All right.
Tell
when
me.
you come back, right now, we're going to NADA, I think next Wednesday to Sunday or something, right?
Yeah.
But when you come back, it'd be cool if you told me when you did, and we could just meet for a second in person. And by the way,
I'll be there on the 4th. No, I won't be there on the 4th. I'll be in Phoenix on the 28th.
Where's the phone at? Let me see a calendar. What day is that?
That's Saturday.
Oh yeah, we'll be in NADA. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, like, listen, well, the fact that you got a house here, so we do massive events all the time, like always right here.
Right.
But we have 1,000 people flying out this weekend, just right here in Fountain Hills.
Right.
All automotive.
No, I have some of my guys that already do that.
That's awesome.
So I have in Des Moines, Iowa, I got 7 stores with the Garfs, and I've got 3 Chrysler, a Ford, a GMC, a Hyundai, good Hyundai store. And then I got my own used car lot. And, I've got 600 employees and some of my most successful people watch your videos every morning.
I love it.
And they're on their own. They're just doing this. A couple of them have come back and said, hey, can you help me out? Can you pay for some of that? And I'm like, yeah, I'll pay half. And so I help them out. But what I'd like to do is structure. Your program for me is I'm interested in sending my general managers, myself, to your boot camp. Yep. And then I'm interested in my GSMs, my sales managers, and then my top salespeople that, I looked at some of your videos, and what I love about them, and they're so rich in the basics.
Yeah.
That so many people have just forgot about.
Yeah. You got to go back to zero.
And I love the way you go into detail on greeting, a need analysis, presentation, selection, demonstrate. I love the way you go through it because it's, and so anyways, we're with the Garf Group. I've been with Stu Hansen here for 25 years. They bought us out 15 years ago. So I've been here and I grew it from 1 store and out up to 7. And, I came up through sales and F&I and the whole deal, but it's just kind of a lost art. So I'm with the Garf Group. They have about 65, 70 stores. I've got my 7 here, trying to grow it, but
we're going to slaughter everybody, Dan. Listen,
that's what we need to do. And that's what I'm interested. I like to sell stuff. And so we're with Cardone with the Garf Group. I'm a big fan. Cardone trained me 35 years ago.
Well, how old are you?
Just turned 60.
Okay, dude, I can't believe you're 60.
No,
You look amazing.
I feel
I
amazing.
feel like you're bullshitting me, but I want to say this. So you're 60, you probably feel 40, right?
Yeah.
I'm 40, I feel 20. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel like I'm ready to go to war. Here's the deal. Cardone trained all of us.
Right.
25 years ago, 15 years ago. The problem is that he does real estate big deals now, and his shit is old. By the way, the basics of the conviction, the confidence, the believability, none of that's ever changed.
Right.
But the fact that things have changed, the front gate, the entry point, the internet, the phones, a lot of that shit's changed. When everybody's going out, they're saying me the money or the machine. When they're out on the lot, they sound the same as everybody else. The shit's outdated. High pressure is gone. Sell like a lion, act like a lamb. Customers will pay a great premium with the best customer experience in the world. That's the way this game works. Our company, we did about 125 million last year. And I want to tell you something. I have 70 sales warriors that work here with me. We are fire breathing dragons. And I mean this when I say this. Your leadership is bar none the difference between whether you guys were destroyed in 2023 or not. It's all leadership. But secondly, your sales team is thirsty for something fresh and new. So the fact that you're with Cardone, hey, I love it. I believe this, that people can have multiple resources to become successful. So
what I'm trying to say is, I'm looking at, all my salespeople take all their Cardones. They watch a snippet every morning. But as I'm walking by it, I'm looking at some of these videos. They're 25 years old.
Dude, you want me to show you something? Can I put your eyes on something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to indoctrinate you to the Elliott way.
Okay.
I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, number one, I believe in passion. I believe in out carrying everybody else. I think we're in a world full of amateurs. Okay, straight up. And I believe that the first leader, which is you, Dan, the first leader that decides to wake up and truly do a couple things here. Number one, your salespeople get hit with, I need to think about it. I got a couple more cars to look at. What's your best price? Payment's too high every single day.
Right.
Every single day, Dan. Okay. So listen, we're gonna need some common sense here. Nothing special, common sense. If a salesman, if a manager cannot sit in front of me and overcome the price is too high, payment's too high, I want more from a trade. I'm gonna get back with you. It's getting late. I need to think about it. Got to talk to my wife. That's the core basics of fighting, hand-to-hand combat, and we're in the cage. Okay. If they can't do that, be a professional, articulate their words in such a way, look into the client's eyes, believe in what they say, and have max confidence in the company that spent the money in the advertising to get those people in there for them to do their job. If you can't do that, you suck.
Right. 100%.
But here's the deal. No one can do it, Dan.
Right.
Dan, listen to me. I train 11,000 companies, and I'm telling you, I just went through the Berkshires. We have all 97 of their stores. I just went through the Berkshires. Camelback Toyota, Robbie Mott's right here in, they sell 1,100 cars a month. Robbie, I walk up to his guys. They can't overcome a single objection. It's all because the leaders have lowered their standards. They're lazy, they're tired, and they don't care. Dan, so what I'm telling you is that if you want to annihilate and take market share on entire 100-mile radius around where you live right now in your stores, I'm going to tell you how to do it. And it's very simple. Number one, I've got a system. I'm going to show you the system, but me and you are going to develop a plan, which I already know the plan because it's too easy with your leaders on how in 30 days we can triple the salespeople's skill. Okay, so watch this. Number one, you got to have a system. Let me explain what that means. I'm a resource. I'm not the trainer. Your managers are the trainers. I'm going to make that clear to them. Their job is to be the example, set the tone, set the pace, and set a standard of what someone great looks like in this industry. And if you don't, then how the hell are they going to become something that they can't see in front of them? So Barstool Warrior days are over. We are going to get up. We're going to get on our feet, and we're going to train by example. And guess what will happen in reward for this? You will look up in 6 months, and you will no longer be a professional babysitter. You'll see a confident team, an unrecruitable team, and you'll see a group of people who will work for you and give everything they have. And they will be happy because they're good at what they do. And they're professionals, and their customers will see they're professionals. And when they get compliments like, my God, man, you know, this is actually the easiest car buying experience I ever had.
Right.
We took all the pressure out of the deal because we were pros. We are going to fall in love with this business. And we'll do it until we die because we're good at it. And I'm going to tell you why turnover is high, because leadership is weak. But a lot of these leaders Dan, they don't know how to lead, and they've never had anybody great. They were the first to open the gate in the morning and the last to close it. They didn't take their days off, and they said goodbye to their families. So they worked the longest, they worked the most, and that's how they got promoted. But they never grew people underneath them. And Dan, I want to help you grow people. And I want to help your managers go and see their families so that they don't ever lose their purpose and passion for this business. And also their family believes that where they go to work is a great place and it's special. And they come home with special energy for their families because they love what they do. There's two things here, and I'm going to show you the system. One, we have our family, right? We have our kids, we have each other, we have all this stuff. And then we have the success that we want to earn over here. So many people lose this chasing this. But these people that have this over here, they want this, but they gave this up to get that. If you want to be the best leader in the world, I'm going to tell you this. We can keep our people with this. And the only way to wealth, which is this, is through self-education. And we are going to educate them. The only way to wealth is self-education. We are going to combat every morning, just like they do in the army and the military. And by the way, let's say, Dan, you're with me right now. And I'm like, okay, Dan, whether you're a veteran or you're brand new, I don't care. You're going to pull up in front of the store. You just got off a test drive. You're in a 2018 Nissan Altima. And the client's going to say, hey, Andy, I like the car, but I need to think about it. Now, listen to me. If you've done a good job, you found the right vehicle, you've met their needs, you have the right to ask for their business. Of course. So you say, hey, Dan, if I could get the deal right, would you be happy to take it home? Or how do you want your new car titled? You and your wife's name. How would you like it? They say, Andy, I appreciate it, but I need to think about it. Dan, stop. You need to advance the sell forward. Take them from here to the write-up sheet, Dan. If you can get them on a write-up sheet, 80% of those close, okay? So don't get all crazy here, Dan. Just move them to here. Okay, so Dan, tell me you need to think about it. Just tell me.
I need to think about it.
Hey, Dan, of course you need to think about it. Listen, I haven't given you enough information not to think about it. What I'd like to do is give you a quick 5-minute proposal, Dan. So when you go home, you truly got something to think about. Would that be fair? Can I get that for you?
Yeah.
Cool. Boom. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to yank your ass inside. Now watch this. Dan, I've never went through a McDonald's drive-through in my life without ordering something. It doesn't make sense to me. What we're going to explain to your salespeople is common sense. Listen to this. This is crazy shit. So an internet lead comes in. Are we bothering them, Dan, when we reach out to them? No, they requested information from us.
100%.
But why do we have such a problem with follow-up? You know why? Because people feel like they're bothering somebody.
Right.
Dude,
Right.
Listen to me. You have to meet people where they are. Dan, they're not going to meet us where we are. It's 9 a.m. I called you. You didn't answer. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't want to buy nothing. No, Dan, your job is to meet him where he is. Dan, he's got a million things going on, okay? His morning's booked up. He wants to buy something. That's why I inquired. He's also busy at lunch. He thought he was going to get off at 5, but he ended up working late. He goes to the kids' soccer game afterwards. But guess what? You met him where he was at 9 o'clock at night. And he will happily come in and buy something for you and make time for you because you stayed with him and met him where he was. You ain't bothering nobody.
Right. Well,
You're doing your damn job. But you know what? Our team doesn't know that.
Right. There's so many people that, hey, I called him. I don't want to bother him anymore.
Yes, Dan. But listen, do you understand though the problems? Listen to me. So since I understand them, Dan, I'm going to give your team back what they already know, but common sense wise, they've lost.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, I'm going to explain to you what I'm going to do with you. It's called the neighbor effect. Okay. So you tell your kids, don't cross the road. We already talked about this. You would die for them. You change their diaper since they're little. You give all your money to them. Dude, you would die for them right now if something happened. But you tell them don't cross the road and they cross. Because you tell them all the time, they think you just wear them out, Dan. Okay, but guess what? The teacher on the first day of school says, hey, don't cross the road. And they don't cross. Why not? It's the neighbor effect. I don't know why, but all the things that you've said to them your entire life, I'm going to say the same things. I may say it a little bit different, but they are going to listen to me. Right. And this is the secret edge I'm going to bring. And I'm telling you when I say this, from winning energy to skill set, to great habits. Dude, we are going to market disrupt everything around you and annihilate everybody. And another deal, again, going back to if somebody calls on the phone, it's because they want to buy something. It's the McDonald's deal. If somebody comes on the lot, Dan, I'm sorry. Listen, you're not going anywhere, dude, until you roll out my ride. That's the way this works. Dan could be a million places in the world, but somehow he made it here and he don't want to buy nothing. Right. No ways. Right. So we are going to create the mindset. And by the way, I want to show you the system. Watch this. This is so cool, Dan. When you see this, I told you you're going to punch somebody in the face. I meant that. So this system, what you're looking at is this what I believe in. I believe in mental, physical, and business. I believe you need to stay healthy to have a long life. The goal isn't to make a lot of money and die early. It's to make a lot of money and live a long time, right? You're 60, you look phenomenal. You take care of yourself. You ride your bike. I want to tell your team when they see our stuff that, look, they need to take care of themselves. Okay. It's not even about what I teach, but I teach them and I have everything around like a fitness perspective, like take care of yourself. It's part of the decision-making process. Do I want this? Okay. I eat clean. If I want to look good, I eat clean. If not, I eat bad. Okay. Like if I want to have a good life, I hang around people who are positive, not people who are negative. It's decision-making 101. Okay. Does it take me to where I want to go or away from it? Now watch, I haven't clicked on anything yet. You're looking at my interface. Oh, by the way, before I click to start training, here's what's cool. Yeah, let's say you got seven stores. They're all going to be right here on the alpha leaderboard. We're going to see who wants it the most, Dan. Okay. Every morning, all the leaders are going to get a report. Okay. What training everybody did, who did the training, and what training they did. Now watch this. All 7 stores are going to compete against each other for who has the best leadership and who has the team that wants it the most. I'm going to tell you this, Dan, we are going to start a war for self-improvement. It is going to be beautiful. Now, what are we going to be self-improving on? Let's go to the training. Well, so once I click on this, you see this mindset deal? This would probably, I say, and I don't tell people this, would be responsible for how every single person in your store is going to become deadly overnight. Because how they think is who they become. Your head's a trash can, your paycheck's a trash can. If you think negatively, you're going to have a negative cancerous showroom floor. If your team is running around and they're fire-breathing dragons and they're fired up, they're great. If I click this little video right here, let's just say mindset. I'm just going to show you something. Look at this. So I can play one of my trainings. Now play it for 10 seconds. This is my mindset section. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy Elliott. You're in the mental mindset chapter right now. I want you to think about something, okay? This is really important. What you can't see in your mind and what you don't have in your mind, you can't have in your hand. Now I want you to think about this. I'm going to run through all this mindset training with it, which is extremely important in sales. Now I'm going to move past that. Road to the sale. What does that mean? That's me training live, Dan, live, L-I-V-E, in a Toyota store, training all day long, teaching how to make a best friend, literally how to negotiate, how to pencil deals, how to overcome objections, literally how to do a walk around, how to do a test drive, the 3 different types of trial closes. Dan, I do every freaking bit of it. They can see me do it live. I ain't on a whiteboard. I'm doing it live in person. Super cool. I like, if you're going to show me something, I want to see you do it. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show it to me. I show them, man. That's why this training works, because you get to hear it and you get to see it. Now watch phone skills. Dude, I'm going to shut down the whole world. Inbound calls, outbound calls, the whole system. Watch this, Dan. I want to show you something real quick. I'm not even going to do anything, but I'm a person who I think talks cheap. I hear people jaw jacking everywhere. Everybody's like, oh, I'm going to do this. No, you ain't going to do shit, dude. I've been doing this for a long time. You're a car guy of 30 years. Whatever. Plus, I know one thing for sure. Nobody's pulling the wool over your eyes. I'm going to show you something. Okay. Could you walk out on your showroom floor right now and have a list? I want your mind for a minute. Okay. I want you to think about this as a manager. Could you walk out there with a list of maybe people who bought a car in 2019? Okay. Just previous customer list, and hand it out to your showroom floor and say, I want you to call these people and set appointments and have people come in and buy. Do you think our sales team could do that?
Not very many.
So Dan, what if I told you I could 100% sure teach your team every single, by the way, I don't want to be the trainer. Your managers are. I'm a resource.
Right.
I am the trainer, but I'm not going to be I'm going to make your managers be the trainer, and they're going to train on my stuff and then reteach it to your team. And then your team is going to be teaching each other. And now we have a culture of leveling up. Okay. Right. By the way, they'll become addicted to this once you do something that works. Now, I'm going to ask you, let's say you're a salesman. Okay. And I say, what if I showed you how to make a cold call? And I could guarantee that 8 out of 10 people that answer the phone, if they answer, you could get them to come in and show, and you could sell them a car. Right. You'd say, oh my God, show me. Yeah. All right, Dan, let's role play here. And I'm going to, let's say that this was a live training. I'm going to show you what a live training looks like. Okay. Because I think talk's cheap. So let's go through this. So I got a 2019 list. You're the man. By the way, you're my customer. Okay. I'm the salesman and Joe's the manager. Okay. Right. All right, Dan, answer the phone. Ring, ring.
Hey, this is Dan.
Hey, Dan, what's going on? This is Andy down here at ABC Motors, where you bought your last car from.
Yeah.
Listen, I was reviewing your account. I need about 30 seconds of your time. It's extremely important. Can I get 30 seconds?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Dan, number one, do you still have the 2019 Toyota Corolla that you bought from us back in 2020? Do you still got it?
I do.
Okay, beautiful. The reason why I wanted to reach out, Joe, he's my general manager. He was actually looking for Toyota Corollas, and he wanted me to ask you one question if you still had it. Look, if my manager, Joe, was willing to offer you more money, Dan, than what your car was worth, would you mind if we told you how much that was? Could we tell you?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Let me tell you. So Dan, let me tell you how this works. Basically, my manager Joe's already wrote over $200,000 in equity checks this week, overpaying for people's cars. Hell, he's getting so crazy, Dan, we're about to put him in a straitjacket. So how this works is you come down, it takes about 2 minutes. I'm going to give you a crazy offer, and in the end, it's your decision. Look, if you had a winning lottery ticket in your pocket, you'd want to know how much it was worth, right?
Right, for sure.
That's all it is, Dan. So when can you make it down? Right now or after work? When's going to work best?
I'll come after work.
Okay, tell me you're not interested. No, because this is how I train. I say, I already got you, but now let's go ahead and play a little bit tougher customer. Say, I'm not interested.
Not interested.
Hey, Dan, I totally understand. By the way, hey, we appreciate you taking the time for the phone call. You're a very, very valued customer. I want to ask you one more question before we get off the call. If your house was worth $100,000, but someone was going to give you 500 grand, would you give them 2 minutes of their time? Just 2 minutes?
I might give them 2 minutes. Yeah.
Dan, that's all I'm asking for is 2 minutes. Okay. Have you ever won the lottery, Dan?
No.
You just have. Listen, you're going to come down in 2 minutes. I'm going to give you a crazy offer. I'm going to blow your mind, Dan. And in the indecision, I'm not asking you to make any obligation. But at some point in life, you're going to want to trade that car in or sell it or do something with it. And at the time you decide to do it, I know you're not going to get near enough money for it. And if right now, if I could just blow your mind, could I get 2 minutes? Could you come down right now or after work be best? That guy's going to come in. Okay. Now listen, let's say he doesn't. I'll say, have a blessed day. We appreciate you, Dan. You're a valued customer. If you need something in the future, reach out to me. My name's Andy. No big deal. But Dan, I can get you in. By the way, I didn't just come up on the fly with what I'm saying to you. I know this.
Right.
Hey, Dan, I was reviewing your account. Need 30 seconds every time. Extremely important. Number one, do you still have the car? Number two, my general manager, whatever his name is. Look, if he offered you more money than your car is worth, would you want to know how much that was? Hypothetically, I go right into this every time. It's very easy, Dan. I'm going to teach this to your team. I'm a loser, Dan. I was a loser growing up. Now I'm a savage. I learned how to sell like you. I'm in love with the art. The art of selling is dead. It's gone. It doesn't exist. Listen to me. And with this last 2 years, ruining our entire sales teams because it was easy. It was like, it was literally like buying, I'm going to tell you, it's literally like buying your daughter a toy every time she cries. And then you got to look up a year later and you got to face the consequences now because she wants a toy every day when she cries. Now these guys that have made 200 grand were worth about 80. Okay. And the guys that made 400 were worth about 160. And now when they go backwards, they're going to complain, whine, cry, point. And the last place they're going to look is in the mirror. So what we're going to do is get ahead of it and play checkers as leaders. And we already know they're mentally going to get choked out by themselves because that's what people do. Not us, but that's what they do. So we are going to get ahead of it and we are going to own their minds, get them to grow, learn. We're going to give them skill. We're going to make them fall in love with the game. They're going to become obsessed with winning like us. And it's over. Now watch, I want to show you one more thing. They say, Andy, well, what happens when he comes in? Do I got to go get my manager? No, you're going to sell him. Dan, do you remember the art of selling when someone had to come in and you got to push through and make a deal happen, switch cars, all the things that we were raised on doing? Dan, these people don't know how to do it. Your team will be battle tested. Now, let me show you something. Dan, you come in, watch this. 30 seconds, I'll wrap you up. Watch this.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, what's going on? We spoke on the phone. It's Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
The face, man. You're awesome. Hey, by the way, what can I get you to drink? Something hot or cold?
No, I'll just tell you to get a water.
Okay, cool. Tell me you don't want nothing.
I don't want nothing.
Hey, Dan, the way things work around here, if you come to my house, we're going to feed you, okay? I don't care if you want something hot to drink, cold to drink. I'll get you an empty cup, Dan. I got to get you something. What can I get you? Dan,
I'll take a water.
Watch. I'm taking control, baby.
Yeah, you are.
Dan, you remember when this was our fucking house?
Right.
Remember that, Dan? The good old days where this was our territory, our ground, buy or die. Those days have gone. Now listen to me. I don't cuss with your team, but I'm going to tell you something. It really fucking pisses me off when I see all these amateurs out there, and I've been waiting for a guy to come along who wants to really utilize a guy like me. Okay. We make a lot of money. I'm just looking for a killer. I'm looking for the next leader. I see all these big stores and they have no idea what's about to happen to them. One person's going to wake up and bankrupt a lot of people's asses. And I'd love for that to be you. And I'm going to tell you, I've got the training to do it. Watch this, Dan. I go and I say, hey, Dan, I'm going to get some information off your car. Let me grab your keys. Dan, I walk out to your car and I go get some information. I go to my manager's desk and I throw the keys in the tower. I ditch them. I'm not going back with the dude's keys. And I come up to you, Dan. I say, hey, Dan, remember Joe, my general manager? Yep. Remember Joe? Yeah. He's going to go drive your vehicle right now. He said he appreciates you coming in. Hey, Dan, let me ask you a question hypothetically. Let's say Joe drives your vehicle, comes back in here, and he makes you a crazy offer, right? Like a wild one. And you're like, you know what, Andy? Get your checkbook out because I'm selling it.
Right.
Let's say you said that to me, right? Let's just say you said that to me.
Yeah.
Dan, what would you drive home in? Would it be something newer, bigger, smaller, lower miles, better gas mileage, more warranty?
Oh, it just depends on what you give me.
Yeah, let's just say it was crazy though. And you're like, oh my God, I'm selling it. What would you drive home in? Something newer, bigger, smaller, lower miles, better gas mileage, more warranty?
No, I'd get something probably a little cooler than what I'm driving. I mean, I'd spend it.
Yeah. So Dan, when you say cooler, are you talking like something bigger, more sportier, lower miles?
Yeah, I'd get something, I like a pickup truck.
Yeah. So Dan, you'd get a nice, good looking truck. Dan, let me ask you a question. You got a magic rabbit foot in your pocket?
No.
Because it's your lucky day, big dog. Must be your birthday. You know what I got? I got a nice, beautiful little pickup truck over here while Dan's driving your truck. Come here, I'm going to show you something. And I'm going to walk you outside and go show you a truck. Next thing you know, guess what? The feel of the wheel seals the deal. They're driving an old pickup truck. We're coming in. And that beautiful ACV car sitting on Joe's desk is because there's a write-up sheet attached to it.
Right.
And the rest is history. Now, listen to me. It didn't cost me any money.
Right.
That lead didn't cost any money. See, we already earned that customer's trust at some point down the road. What we're waiting on now is for them to pop back up and tell us they want to buy something else. No ways. We're all 7 of your stores. We are going to initiate a conversation with every client right now. And while the market is still good to their trades, which it is, it is still good. Even though the rest of the world's discounting shit, the market is still good to their trades. We are going to attack. And I'm going to tell you some key things. So there's 2 sides of my training, Dan. All the objection handling in the world, closing on the first pencil, phone skills, inbound, outbound, objection handling, BDC department, I don't care. If front entry gate, handshake, from the phone answering it sounded different than the competition, from literally the follow-up system is how we handle an internet lead, even to email only leads. You will slaughter everybody around you. And all we need, Dan, is 1 shot. I don't need 2 shots. I'm a sniper. I'm going to teach your team. You get 1 shot. Okay. You go to a freaking Starbucks. They're taking surveys. What do you think about car salesmen? They say robbers, cheats, thieves, liars. The question is, what do they think when they meet you? That's all that matters. I need you to understand this right now. That is all that freaking matters. And I'm going to brainwash your team that that's the way this game works, that the rest of the world is retarded. And from sales perspectives, they don't know what they're doing. They're amateurs. But for us, nobody's going to know our business better than us. And by the way, secondly, there's 2 rules here. We're going to figure out how to kick our own ass. If we have a crack in our castle, we are going to find it ourselves. You're not going to wait from the dealer across the street to find your hole and start taking your market share. We're going to fill our cracks, and then we're coming for territory. And dude, I call this war, man. And I'm telling you, I'm a freaking nightmare. Okay, I'm a nightmare. If your team was to go against ours, I slaughter weak ass sales teams. And by the way, the good thing is you got weak leaders, you got weak sales teams that you're competing against. You know what we do? We build your team up now. By the way, I know your team wants it. I can only imagine that you have a great team around you. The only thing they need is more skill acquisition and maybe a little more stronger mindset. And then it's over. And then literally it's market disruption. We slaughter everybody. So I believe in combat objection handling. What does that mean? Dan, monthly, we do a skill test. Monthly. Listen, everybody's got 30 days to train.
Okay.
Right. So if you said, Andy, how does this work? I want to get signed up. I want my teams on this. The live training game, I can get into that with you. Fly your teams out, do all that stuff. We'll handle that. That's done. That's easy. Okay. But your teams, every single one of them will be able to train on the top 10 objections they get every day. I got a couple more cars I'm going to look at. I'm going to get back with you. They don't know how to handle that, Dan.
No.
They don't know how to handle. Dan, I can get you to say yes to me right now. You want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Do you like closers? Yes or no?
Love them.
Okay, you're going to freaking love me. By the way, my words flow like water. You know why? Because I'm a professional. I don't have to think about what to say. I'm a machine. Okay. And what I want is to understand that if a guy like me that came from nothing could create what I've created, I can create that in your guys.
Right.
And what I want is that I want your guys, watch this. I'm going to go into this close, but here's what I want for your whole team. There's 3 things that we'll be doing in your company from now on. And number 1, we'll be selling something very easy. Someone's in front of us, Alcatraz, no one escapes. We're going to be closing now. That's number 1. Number 2, we're going to be looking for something to sell. We are going to be on the phones, making the dials, or we're going to be doing follow-up. We're going to be sending clients videos. We're going to be looking for the next deal. Or number 3, we're going to be training to get better so that the next time that we have an opportunity, we are better than we are currently right now. That is it. And it is our job as the leaders to manage the people, to make sure that they have the right tools, the right skill, and the right resources so that they can make a great living when they come to work. That is it. And if we do that, and it's so easy, like, dude, like your managers are going to love me because I'm really going to declutter their mind. They've got great hair. I'm just going to untangle it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to untangle it a little bit. And they're going to be like, oh my God, my hair looks great now. And by the way, chaos runs in your mind. And once people get confused or they get fear, or they get scared, they operate weak. Okay. I won't let them operate weak. They'll drink the Kool-Aid. Okay. And they actually want this. It's the thing that they didn't know they want that they actually really want. Okay. They want to be great and they don't want to lose. But watch this. I'm going to go to an example. So let's say, talking about this close for a second. You see where it says objection handling? Look, I'm going to go through these. See all these objections. You know what I mean? I like the car, but the miles are too high. I don't want to settle without getting all the features I want to think about. Got to talk to my wife. You know what I'm saying? I want to drive that far. That's a phone objection. I don't have any money down. I'm going to get something to eat. I don't want to finance for that longer term. We're just going through all of these, right? Now, notice this. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. Just look.
So Andy, how long are these videos?
3 minutes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, dude. I've got some of the mindset videos will run 5.
Okay.
Because I kind of really want to like hijack their brain, like truly, like, and just make sure that they're really in a great state. But here's my point. When they click onto one of these, like this is, we're not buying today, we're just looking. I want to show you every video has a total different intro. Just like that. You see, dude, I have ADD, so I put different intros on every video before I come on. Now, by the way, when I come on, it looks like this. Hey, Dan, so you're on the lot. You just drove a 2018 Nissan Altima with the customer. It's got 38,000 miles, pearl white, black leather, sharp rig. You go on a test drive to get out of the car. They get out of the car. You hit them with the trial close. When you hit them with the trial close, they say, hey, Andy, I appreciate it, but we got a couple more cars to look at. We're going to get back with you. Dan, we're going to ask a common question. Say, hey, I totally understand. Let me ask you a question. Are the cars you're going to go look at similar to the one that me and you just drove or completely different? Which one?
Oh, they're very similar.
Yeah, but we're going to ask that. If they say completely different, I'm going to be like, Dan, my bad. You're so cool, man. I wasn't even listening. That's my fault. Let's go back to the lot. Right. And I'm just going to go back to the lot because I'm an idiot. Right? Okay. But let's say I did do my job and it's, hey, Andy, they are similar. Watch this. Okay, Dan, they're similar vehicles. Dan, hypothetically, let's say that you spend all day long. I don't care if there was 2 cars you wanted to go look at or 20. It doesn't really matter. Let's say you spend all day long driving all those vehicles. Okay. And then let's say that my 2018 Nissan Altima, the one that me and you just drove, black leather, a pearl white, 38,000 miles. Let's say it was the last one you drove. In the end, Dan, after driving every vehicle, what would be the deciding factor on which one you'd probably end up buying? Look, Dan, would it be the car itself, regardless of the deal, or would it be the great deal that the dealership was willing to give you? Which one?
Oh, it'd be the deal.
Cool. So it's not a matter of if you're going to buy something, Dan, it's when. And the win is when the deal's right?
Right.
Cool. So if I could save you some time and money, would that offend you in any way? Would you be upset with me at all?
No, wouldn't offend me at all.
Dan, man, I like you, dude. We must be family. We get along good. Dan, I'm going to yank your ass inside of that write-up sheet.
Right.
Dan, watch this. You can't escape me.
Right.
I'm physically impossible to escape. Now watch this. Why? Because I know how people operate. They wouldn't be in your store if they weren't anxious about buying something. Whether they're introverts, extroverts, fast spenders, or slow spenders. Here's what I know. They are in your store for a damn reason.
They're there to buy. They're absolutely there to buy.
And this is the way I put it, Dan. They got an itch. It's our job to scratch it.
Right.
They've got an itch. Dan, see, if I can lock eyes with you, if I can put my arms around you, if I can get with you on a phone, I can take you down. I can paint a picture, a scenario, tell a story. I can give you information. I can do lots of things if I can just get connected to you. I want to let your people know the power of the game of influencing, persuading, closing, and selling. And it was the game me and you grew up in, Dan. And that game went away. Now I'm going to tell you this. You want to build your name in the entire world on how badass you are, you're going to need a secret weapon. What did they do? They pulled the atomic bomb in World War II. I'm your atomic bomb. And if you got coachable people, I'll ask you one question. If you got coachable people, okay, and you've got a great organization, you take a little bit of Andy Elliott and you drop that atomic bomb in there, it is over. And every one of your stores will be buzzing night and day. And this is what it'll look like. By the way, everybody trains on 3 modules a day. There are 1,800 training modules. I have certifications, become a closer, become your grandmaster closer, become a salesman, become like everything, become dangerous on the phone. Everything has certifications. They get certifications on. And then we just allow them to go where they would like to go also. If a guy just lost a phone call on a guy saying, hey, I don't want to buy a car that's been in an accident on the phone, or, hey, I just realized I'm 5 hours away from you. I thought you were closer to me. I'm going to look for one closer. Whatever it is, we want him to go straight to that objection at that point, and we want him to fix that problem now so he never loses another sale. And now he can pick up the phone, call them back, and get them back in. So I want them to have access to move into different areas. We train lithium motors. They got 300 stores with us. Dude, listen to me. I love a lot of people, but there's a lot of entitled managers, okay? A lot of entitled leaders, a lot of people who aren't going to go that extra mile for their people right now, and they're hoping for things to work out. 3 modules a day. Dan.
But Andy, tell me, we have lithium stores in this town. I wouldn't hire anyone from there.
You know why? You want me to tell you why?
You tell me.
They're fucking pussies, Dan.
I
Dan,
wouldn't hire any
Scott
of them.
Long, you know Scott Long?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking vagina. Sorry, can I say that on this call?
Yeah, I know Scott Long. I wouldn't hire, I mean, I've hired some techs from him.
No, listen to me. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this.
They're terrible.
They're terrible. Listen to me. I canceled the Des Moines store. I canceled them. Because I can't stand Scott Long. Scott Long is a little whiny baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
He came to try to work for me 10, 12 years ago. And I'm like, I didn't see it.
No, dude, listen.
Now he's a GM at Lithia.
He's a GM over there. Just got a GM over the Volvo store. He's over at the Mazda store. He's over there at the BMW store. Right. And there are a bunch of badges. Yeah. And sorry, and I'm just being like direct with you. Can we cuss a little bit sometimes or no?
Whatever. You just roll. You keep rolling.
Well, am I making sense, Dan?
Oh no, 100%. 100%. I love it.
So my point is,
I'm looking for a new deal. I like it. I think you could help me. I'm
not going to help you, Dan. I'm going to change your name. I'm going to mail you a new birth certificate.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a new name because you're going to be, listen to me. Number one, you're 60 and you don't look 60. I think you're fucking with me, but I'm going to tell you this. You're 60 years old. You've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. And you used to be in love with this game. Psycho, massive, crazy. And I'm not saying you're not anymore, but you need a team, Dan. You need it because going into work every day with dead bobs walking around, managers that are losing their edge, and you staying fired up, dude, you need an atomic bomb to drop in there. Now, listen, I'm going to say the same things you've been saying. I know what your team wants. I know where their heart is, and I know they want to dominate.
I agree. I think you do. And I know that I have some guys already doing it. What's the next step for us?
Well, here's what we do. Number one, you've got 7 stores, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want everybody on the same system. We'll launch everybody at the same time, one Zoom meeting, all stores. Our goal is operation, is it Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa? Operation, take out the entire state of Iowa. That's day one.
Right.
Day one, we are going to explain to them that this is a world full of amateurs. This is player versus player. We are going to take out the entire state of Iowa. That is it. Anybody in the world that drives a car will only be buying a car from you guys because you will be undeniably the best, the top 1% in the automotive space. We are going to do this, and we're going to do this fast. Your leadership team is going to have a call with me before we launch the sales team. Crucial. Because your leadership team wants the best team in the world, and they want to be leaders. They don't want to be professional babysitters anymore. They want a great team. They know that they're going to adjust up or adjust down in 2023, and they don't want to adjust down. They want to adjust up. They like making money. They like the way 2022 went and how it would be heaven on earth if we could make even more money in 2023. And literally, I think the biggest transfer of wealth in the history of time is about to go down. I think we can wipe out all your neighbors. Okay. So I have a meeting with your leaders. Okay. So part of the program is, number one, look, we charge $19.97 a rooftop. That's what we charge a rooftop, unlimited usernames and passwords. Dan, what I'll do with you is this. I want in all the stores, I want in all your stores that you're in. I want your 7, but also I want to do so well with you that you're calling Big Daddy saying, hey, you guys, we've got X amount more stores. I think we need to get them. Berkshire, I got in 2 or 3, got in 10, got in 50. And that's how I rolled. So with you, you're my first guy in. I'll do it with $1,000 a rooftop. You got 7 stores. You can wipe your ass with $1,000. You got to spend more in toilet paper on that a week. So, and by the way, it's for human capital. I'm going to build your people. I don't have a contract, Dan. You know what that means? I'm going to do my job. Okay.
I love it.
I'm going to do my freaking job, man. And I want you to do your job. And I want us to communicate with each other. And when you come into Scottsdale to your house, I want me and you to get together every time you come in, even if it's for a cup of coffee. I don't care. Okay. I'm going to continue to build out new training, 60 to 80 new modules a month. I'm going to stay ahead of this market. I'm going to stay ahead of this curve. I eat, sleep, and breathe this. I sleep with my shoes on. I'm going to tell you, I don't want to go to sleep at night. I'm so fired up.
Every night, every morning I wake up, I'm waking up to Christmas morning.
Well, see, Dan, that's why me and you are going to be like twin brothers.
That's right.
You know what?
Right. I'm going to shave my head.
You are going to shave your head because I'm going to make you a shit ton of money and I'm going to get you a 6-pack with this training too. Your wife's
okay. I'll take one.
Okay. Yeah. But listen, we're going to stay close. We're going to be like brothers. I don't want to be a vendor. I wouldn't even do business with you if I was a vendor to you. But what I know is that there's people that say they're going to do something and they don't do it. And then there's people that say they're going to do something and then they overachieve. I'm an overachiever. I bet you are too. I'm just saying this. I'm going to handle your account. Out of all our accounts that we do, this guy right here, you see him right here, Jonathan, see big Jonathan?
Okay.
This is the guy you've been talking to.
Okay.
Right? We're going to beat his ass. How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". We're going to beat his ass every day. He's
Let's
going to
do it. Let's do it. Let's just
Yeah.
beat the shit out of
We're gonna
him.
beat the shit out of him. We're gonna make sure that, listen, and he's super cool, ex-military, awesome. He was a GM in the car business over at
Whitnall Hyundai Salem, Oregon.
but what was it? Chapman?
Chapman.
Oh, Chapman Hyundai. Yeah. But the Chapman stores, he killed it, but he was immersed in the training. So my point is, I'm going to handle your team launches, talk to your teams and do everything. I'm going to make sure Jonathan, if you get new hires and all that, he'll run them through the system, make sure they know how it works, make sure that everybody's good. So it's simple, unlimited usernames and passwords. Got 7 stores, all 7 stores, every one of them have access to full training. Here's what you get. And by the way, I don't want to confuse you here, but I'm gonna tell you what you get. You're going to get unlimited access to my training, all 1,800 training modules, the whole build out. When you need something, like you need to make a new training module, I just dropped the baddest ass finance training in the history of time on closing and stuff, which by the way, finance and service is going to offset some of these grosses on the front that are going down. I already know how this is going to play. So we just dropped killer finance stuff, but they'll have access to all the training. If you want to make some really cool training and you're like, Andy, I think this would be cool for my guys. You call me, I'll go in the lab and make it and upload it in your deal.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm your trainer. Like, I want you to understand that, like, dude, like we're going to be close, but I'm going to handle your accounts. Okay. Jonathan's going to help me for anything that we need, but I'm going to talk to your team. I'll be the person talking to your team each month. We're going to test them, Dan. And listen, those managers that are responsible for those rooms of people, when those people can't overcome those objections, your managers aren't going to be able to say a word. They're going to hear how skilled their team is. And they're going to go to war and they're going to make their teams great. And we aren't going to hide problems and sweep them under the rug. We're going to do the opposite of other companies. We're going to expose our weaknesses so that we can fix them and not have them.
Right.
And dude, we're going to do it as a team. And check this out. So it's simple. All 7 stores, $1,000 store, $7 grand, wipe your ass with it. We'll go make that back in the first 30 minutes. Now, the live training. I do master closer seminar events every single month or every other month. Just depends. Okay. That's here in Scottsdale. That's in our conference here.
Right.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. The first round of training, it's $997 a person when people come out and train. If it's a master closer seminar event. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of your people that want to come, we'll let them come for $500, half off. I don't care. Okay.
Okay.
So that way it's not very expensive. And they're with me for an entire weekend on training. I think I paid Grant Cardone for a seminar in 1999, $500. So I'm just saying for $500 to come to a full closing seminar all weekend, that's very cheap. Okay. And that'll be me doing it. So I just want to tell you about that. Now, if you decide you want to do a Dan and the gang, which means your GMs, your managers, and you guys want to fly out here and like come out here and do a half day, right? And let's like really train them up, dude. I will put on the most sickest, badass leadership training you've ever seen just for your team. That's it. And I'm totally cool with doing something like that when you tell me you want to do it. We'll figure that out. Is that
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Monday through Friday, I'm gonna throw this out. Your entire team's gonna get Zoom links. We go live at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on live training, overcoming objections, closing, all that. Your team doesn't have to join in those trainings. They can. They'll be triggered an email every morning saying 9 a.m. starts in 15 minutes. If you want to join Andy Elliott, click here and they can just join the Zoom. That's additional training. We're not going to charge you for that. Your guys are going to have access to it. Why? Because I'm going to be your atomic bomb, which means this. The guys, when they start training, they're going to drink the Kool-Aid. They're going to want more. I know how this works. And especially the guys that are training on YouTube videos, when they get on the good shit, it's awesome. But everything is accountable. Everything's going to be competitive, and all 7 stores are going to compete against each other for who's the best leaders that can get their team to train the most. And by the way, when I talk to your managers, let's say someone doesn't want to train. Let's say, I'm just going to say hypothetically, watch this. Tell me that you're too busy to do the training, Dan.
I'm too busy today.
Hey, Dan, I totally understand. Let me ask you a question. When you don't train and the rest of the team does, do you think it lowers the standard of the company or increases the standard of the company? Which one?
It probably lowers it.
Dan,
It probably lowers it.
Dan, you don't want to decrease the standard of our company.
No, right on, right on.
Dan, if you don't have 15 minutes of train, you don't have a life. Dan, listen to me. The average sales guy works 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 50 hours a week. They work four weeks in a month. That's 200 hours a month they come to work, Dan. At 200 hours, most average salespeople sell 15 cars a month. At 3 hours a car deal, 3 times 15 car deals is 45 hours. Dan, I'm just looking there. If I come to work for 200 hours, and if you're selling cars for 45, Dan, what in the hell are we doing with the other 155 hours?
Right on.
Yeah, I think you've got 15 minutes a day to train, okay? Listen, busy equals broke, productive equals paid.
Right.
We're
Right.
going to train, okay? I
Right.
love you.
Right on.
I love
Right
you. I don't
on.
want to talk about this again.
So
Done. That's it.
first,
We're done.
first impressions are everything for me. And you're going to when would we roll this out? I do
We're gonna
an
roll-
all sales meeting the first Saturday morning of the month.
Dan, we're
Well,
rolling this out Monday morning. Dan, we're not going to play around. Listen to me. This should be a like we don't wait until the statement's over in January. Dude, what we do is that we pull an audible here.
Okay.
Okay, look, let me explain this. By the way, Dan, you write the rules in your own life, okay? I
Yes.
know normally we do a first meeting at the beginning of the month, but normal shit is over. There's an abnormal market creeping in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a flyer that literally shows that we're going to do a massive launch Monday morning. You give me the time. Everybody on deck, 20 minutes. Andy Elliott is going to talk to us. We've got a surprise. This is going to be over. We are going to dominate. Total annihilation is here.
All right.
We're going to pull it on. That's it. So,
Good.
all right.
Good.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to, and then we're to do it now, and then we'll battle test them in February on what they started to learn now, which I'll let your managers know, right? And we'll kill it. What is your cell phone number?
515-321-9641.
Okay. Okay. So check this out. I'm going to send you a text message with me, you, Jesse, which is our dealer division chick. She's going to send you over a spreadsheet and say, hey, Dan, fill this out and get this back with me. And then you can give that to whoever needs to get it. And then you'll put who the leaders are and who the salespeople are.
Right on.
In every store. And then, by the way, it's going to be one massive system. Okay. But it's going to have 7 individual teams. So you can actually, when you look at your reporting, look at Jeff, that leader, and look at his salespeople, how much training they're doing, and also look and see how much Jeff's training he's doing. Because if Jeff doesn't do the training, which I'll tell them this, Jeff doesn't do the training, Jeff can't hold his people accountable for the training they should be learning if Jeff's not learning it. It just physically doesn't work that way. I'm going to help you with all that, Dan.
Love it.
Me and you are going to be like this. Listen to me. There's some things that you haven't been able to say to them. I'm going to say it. And
Appreciate
I'm going
that.
to be very loving. I'm going to be very kind. I'm going to be their brother. They're going to understand it. And I promise you, dude, we're going to get everybody spun up. Like as far as like the grind in their stomach, they're going to be ready to go to war. They're going to realize that we've just been invaded and it's time to fight.
All right.
All right,
Let's
cool.
do it.
So I'm going to send you a text. Secondly, I put a card on file. We stay together until we die. Or if there's a day you ever don't want to do anymore, you call me. I don't care. But I'm going to tell you this. I won't tap out. I'm going to give everything I got. So if anybody gets weak one day, it ain't going to be me. Okay. Okay,
Right
so
on.
don't let it be you, Dan. I'm gonna hold you accountable. What card can I put on file?
What card?
What credit card? What card do you want to use? You got
Um,
like 90 of them in your pocket.
Yeah, put it on mine.
Okay, what's the name on the card?
Daniel Betcher, Boettcher.
Okay, Daniel, Daniel BoettT.
TTCHER.
Okay, cool. And what's the expiration?
It's 126,
Okay, what's the card number?
37, 97, 76, 52, 74, 42, 006.
Okay, now check this out. And what's your email? Because I'm gonna send you.
Dan, yeah, you
But
got
it's
Dan,
in your
Dan
receipt.
B. You got that, don't you?
Yeah. Dan what?
Dan B at kengarf.com.
KEN.
KENGARFF.com.
Okay, all right, check this out. So I'm gonna send these texts. Jesse's gonna get you set up immediately. If there's someone else that you need to add, is there someone else we need to add to this text message that's gonna help us onboard these people?
No, just send it to me and I'll get it.
Hey, this is Jesse too, by the way, so you can meet her. She's gonna
Hey,
get you
Jesse.
set up.
Yes.
Dan, hey, Jesse, how old do you think Dan is?
Oh, no.
Be good.
Mid-30s, late.
I'm mid 30s.
Mid-30s?
Dude, he said he was 60 years old.
No way. No way.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I think he's bullshit, baby.
No
Look, baby.
way.
Baby, does
I
he,
heard the call.
No,
so
but
I
look.
can't talk.
but look, does he look 60 years old?
He has some good hair, that's for sure. So you can't shave your head. I heard at the beginning of the
Yeah,
call.
you can't shave your head. There's no
You
way.
can't shave your head.
Um,
You have
but-
good hair.
But anyways,
It's a
dude.
good hair day.
And the glasses look good. They're very
Yeah, the
stylish.
glasses look good. But Dan, I'm gonna text you. I mean, obviously from my phone, because I want me and you to stay tight. There's gonna be a group text. So if there's something the group needs help with. And then also I think it'd be super cool, and you could tell me how this will work. If we could have a group line between me and your managers or even GMs, where if somebody has a problem or there's something that we can all communicate together, because I believe in massive accountability. Okay. Like I don't like to see people hide, and that's how shit works long term, right? So anyways, but we'll set it up. We'll do an audible. What time Monday morning do you want to do it? Are you Eastern or are you
Well, no. So here's the deal. This is going to be cool because all of my GMs are going to be in Hawaii with me.
okay?
So what we'll do is we'll get this filled out and we'll all gather. I mean, we'll launch it. If you can launch Monday, we'll launch Monday.
We'll launch it
Um,
Monday. It's already
And
done.
we'll be all there and we'll rile them up. We'll get them going.
Done. Is there do you want to get back with me on a time? And
Yeah, I
we-
want to get back with you because
Okay.
I do have a meeting on Monday there and I just want to work around that, but we're on a 4-hour time difference. We'll work it out.
It can be whenever. I really
Yeah.
don't care. Look, dude,
Yeah.
here's the deal. You're gonna have my cell phone. You tell me when it is. I need 20 minutes, right? Because we're gonna get a lot more time in the future. Remember, the initial deal says, hey, everybody's got a username and a password. If you don't, text me. Okay, so I'm gonna hold everybody accountable. Secondly, everybody's gonna log in today, 3 modules a day, 5 minutes each. I'm just telling you the rules. You're all gonna be accountable. You're gonna be seen on the leaderboard. If you don't do the training, it shows me you don't care. I love you, but I know you guys do care. So don't act like you don't, okay? All right, let's raise the standard of this company. Let's all become great. Let's make more money this year. By the way, I'm going to show you guys a lot of cool shit. And then that'll be that. I'm going to tell them we're going to get back together in maybe, 15 days. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do a little battle test games, okay? Because I'm going to be testing them constantly. I believe that's how we become great. And we'll go ahead and start the training. Your managers will know how to reach out to me if they need something special. And then we'll always do these meetings together. That way, each general manager and managers will be able to see the accountability of the stores that are getting better and the stores that aren't. And
Oh, right on,
everybody will
right
get
on.
on board. So anyways, I love it, dude. Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey,
Good to
thank
visit with
y'all. Hey, every time you come in though, me and you got to get a cup of coffee. I know at least once a month you come in or something. I'm talking 5 minutes. Sometimes we may get lunch.
We'll do it.
Whatever it is, we just get together, little quick FaceTime, we're done.
We'll do it. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
much
Look
love.
forward to it.
All right, sir, I'm sending the text now.
All right.
All right,
Thank
bye-bye.
you.